Hello, Orient community. Hope you're doing okay. My name's Ian Witherspoon, and I'm sitting here with people.
Happy New Year!
Forward.
Shut up, Steve. Shut up. Welcome to the program. Don't know if I'm on TV or not. Hopefully we are. How you doing?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
You know, my
Happy New
Santa
Year.
Claus.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Ian.
What about Santa? You got
My
some
friend
coal?
Santa Claus gave you some coal, I heard.
No, he gave you some coal.
I heard he gave you some coal.
I heard your stocking was pretty heavy this year with
No,
coal.
nope, I heard yours was.
I heard you can power your house for the next year with all
Yeah?
the coal you got.
Sure, I could.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, good. You want to
Yeah,
get
stay warm.
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
I should have sat in between you two.
Yeah, probably.
Nah,
Probably.
they're better like that.
We can't behave ourselves.
Nothing out of the ordinary with you both. That's why I'm better than both of you.
That is a matter of opinion. Nowhere near steeped in fact.
Hey, truth is truth.
Shut up.
Truth is truth.
Listen, there was a football game on yesterday, and I just got to say, first off, that the Lions were very lucky to be playing on the field with the Dallas Cowboys, America's team. I mean, they might be the greatest team in the NFL. They might be the greatest team this decade. And the Lions were very lucky just to keep it close all game. And they in no way should have won that football game at all. That's all. That's it. Everything went the Cowboys' way, as expected.
Yep.
Because the Cowboys are a superior team.
And the NFL is on there as the darlings. Like
No, they're a better team.
No, they're not.
Oh, yeah, they are. That first half, the Lions, they just got lucky. Cowboys woke up in the second half, had some smelling salts, went out there.
I think you're lying.
Isn't this
I
true?
think you're lying.
Two,
I think you're lying because there was one play that really turned around that whole game.
There was.
Yes.
Which play was that?
You remember that pass interference call that should have been called, and yet they picked it up?
Sammy, you're not going there because that was the correct call.
That was not the correct call.
Yes, it was.
No,
Go
it
back
was
and look
not.
at the film, Sam. If you go back
I
and
have
look at
looked at the film.
No, you go back and you look at the film. And I'm not saying that play changed a lot of things, Sam. But at the same time, that wasn't the ultimate deal breaker there. There was about 2 or 3 major things that happened that play that people in this town won't really give credit where credit's due. Yes.
Wait, can we just say one thing real quick?
What?
Who's your favorite NFL team?
My favorite NFL team is not the Detroit Lions.
I know. Say who it is.
It's the Indianapolis Colts with
Okay.
the Andrew Luck,
Continue.
the neckbeard.
Continue.
Anyways, with that being said, look at the way that when you look at the back angle with Brandon Pettigrew reaching out, you can clearly see that he's grabbing Hitchens' face mask and his jersey almost to the point where he's trying to shake him off of him.
Whoa.
To the point where he's trying to get that
no,
football.
Wait a minute.
wait
Wait a
a
minute.
minute.
Now,
All
on
right,
top
let
of
him
that-
continue. Let him
now-
continue.
Now, on top of that, it went both ways. So you could see that it was offensive and defensive pass interference. Now, should Des Bryant have gotten the call for this running onto the field in sportsmanlike conduct? Yes, he should have.
Yeah.
That probably should have been thrown. At the same time, there was also a hold on the play on Riley Reef. And if you can go back and look at the play there was a hold on Riley Reef. But then again, there's about 15 other holds in that game that weren't called that you could go either way. My point is this, that I'm not at fault so much with the NFL for not making that call as it is for picking up that flag. Because once you make
They
that
picked up
flag,
the flag.
Not only do they throw the flag, they
announced
announce the call.
Yeah, they announced the
Yeah.
call. It
To
should
the
have
world.
been.
I know.
It should have been 1st and 10 Lions, and instead we're not talking about the Cowboys moving on.
But here's the thing, Sam. You got to play despite that call. Stafford shouldn't have had to delay a game. You shouldn't have been 4th and 6. Sam Martin should have kicked a better punt. That would have put the Cowboys not in that position.
Yeah, but
the
Sam Martin
Cowboys
would not
went
have
down
been in
into
that
that
situation.
position.
Hey,
Sam
Martin would not have been in that situation had not been for that controversial call.
No.
That controversial call changed the whole game around.
No, because if it wasn't for Matthew Stafford getting that 5-yard delay of game call, they wouldn't be in that situation. So that was one play too soon.
No.
All right. Let's sort through the madness here. Brandon Pettigrew did grab a face mask, but he only grabbed a face mask because there was a man on top of him.
Agreed.
That was holding him before that.
Okay.
All right. So just blatant bad, non-call, call, pick up flag.
The way they executed
AKA
it
Jerry
was
Jones
bad.
said, hey, pick that flag up. Come on, let's
Yeah,
go.
Jerry Jones
The way they
had something to do with it. It was in jury room.
But-
Let's give Anthony a thought.
But wait a minute now. It's still 4th and 1.
Right.
And I don't put the delay game on Matt Stafford. I put the delay game on Jim Caldwell because they should have hiked the ball.
Yes.
And they should have went for it.
Exactly. And that's the thing. You have to almost just put that situation out of your system, if you will, and just hike the ball on the 4th and 1. You don't continue interacting with the refs there about that call and then put yourself in a situation where it's 15 seconds left in the clock.
Let me
and
just
then you do
say,
that. I'm not trying to say that everything didn't happen the way it should have.
let me just say this. If that call happened, which it wouldn't, against the Patriots,
Right.
Bill Belichick would have ripped Peter Marinelli's head off.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those things where at a 4th and 1, you, like you said, go for it on 4th and 1, delay a game call, put the Lions in a position where they had to punt. Sam Martin shanked it, and then Tony Romo went right down the field and did something with it. That's not the Lions' fault there. That's just the Lions not playing defense there.
I could have punted that ball further with my eyes closed with my left foot.
Anthony probably could have punted that ball further than Sam Martin could have.
Probably right.
It's sad. It's just a sad day. And you know what's hard?
Yeah.
You know what's hard?
What?
Is every year just keep getting
Every
nailed
year.
into the dirt a little
Every year.
further.
Yeah.
This is the NFL.
Every year we get buried a little further just
Yep.
because we're Lions.
Can I
We're
say
Lions
something,
supporters.
please? Thank you.
You're still here? What's up?
Hi.
Oh, okay.
Hello, Anthony.
The NFL plain out is about money and greed.
What league
Plain
isn't?
and simple. You look at the game was already decided before they even played it. The NFL wanted to see the Dallas Cowboys versus the Green Bay Packers. The game was already decided.
right, yeah.
The referee, the head of the officials, was seen partying on a Dallas Cowboys bus, as reported by TMZ. I can't believe I'm agreeing with TMZ here, but anyways, you look at. I feel like that it's quite suspicious. The Lions are probably, in the eyes of the refs, probably one of the most hated teams, whereas the Cowboys, on the other hand, is one of the most beloved teams. And can I finish my point? My point is that the NFL is, they need to owe. The officials need to owe. The head of the officials needs to owe an explanation to the city of Detroit, and pretty much apologize to the city of Detroit for what has been seen as prejudicial, discriminatory, biased officiating against the Detroit Lions. That's my rest of my case.
But here's the thing. If you're a good football team, and I do think that the Lions are a good football team, you can't let officiating dictate your play. You have to, like I said, flush it out of your system and play to win the game regardless of what the officials do. That's how you have to be as a football team. You can't just let one call ruin your day. You have to just make sure that you execute the way that you should. And they didn't do that for 2 plays. Dallas went down the field. Dallas scored. Nothing you could do.
The refs aided the Cowboys in that winning drive. Okay? Get your facts straight. I mean, it's what it is. Unfortunately, now the Domicon Sue's going to be gone, and it's unfortunate.
All right, we'll hit the Lions next segment. We got a lot to talk about. Let's come back to it next segment, right here on Orion Neighborhood Television. Stay tuned.
Prescription drug abuse is a national epidemic. The new in way to obtain drugs is through parents' or grandparents' medicine chests. Removing prescriptions from your cabinet is the best way to keep drugs out of the hands of our young people. We've got to work together to protect our teens, our seniors, and our environment. Clean out your medicine cabinet today. Please participate in Operation Medicine Cabinet and drop off your unwanted or expired prescriptions at one of our law enforcement drop-off sites in Oakland County. We can't ignore this situation anymore.
Welcome back to Between Taorminas here on ONTV. And we're going to continue our lively discussion about the Lions game because that's the hottest issue in sports right now, not only in Detroit, but in America.
Rest in peace, Stuart Scott.
Rest in peace, Stuart Scott. Yes, of course.
Booyah.
Should have said that first out of the gate. All right. So the game's over. We lost another playoff game. No surprise there. What we do have to talk about is the next season starts now, and there's some big pieces of our defense, which was one of the best in the league throughout the whole season. It wasn't just fool's gold. It really was good. Some big pieces are probably moving on. One is Sue.
Yep.
His
Where he
emotion-
goes.
His emotions yesterday, how do you read that? Do you read that as, hey, that was an opportunity wasted with guys that I spent the past 4 years of my life with, or was that unfinished business?
Let Anthony kick this one off.
What do you think, Ant? What do you think of Sue's reaction yesterday? From a man who shows little emotion.
I think, if anything, I mean, the money is money. Money talks. Unfortunately, I'll let that know a little bit later. But I would say that if you look at it, it seems like in the eyes of the media, it's unfinished business. But the question is, we don't truly know what Sue is thinking. Sue is a competitor. Sue doesn't like to lose. But I mean, you gotta go a little bit further into this. Does he really want to be a Detroit Lion, or does he want to move on?
Does he want to be one of the highest paid players is the biggest question here, and I think
The Lions will pay him.
Oh, without a question.
The Lions will. It's not about his contract to play on the field.
That means you get maybe no more Nick Fairley though.
Which is fine. I mean, how much has he played since he's been here?
True.
Not much.
True. When you look at when you look at what you asked with his emotions and things, I think the emotions are genuine. I mean, this is a guy who, let's be honest here, he is a competitor. Like Anthony said, he's a competitor. He's a guy who is feared, but at the same time, he does put everything out there, as a lot of NFL guys do. They put their whole lives out there just to try and chase this dream. But do I think that he'll come back to this team? We'll see. My gut feeling is telling me he's not, though, because I think that he wants to get money. And you said the Lions are going to pay him money. I think they would want to, but at the same time, if Sue's just asking for too much money, they don't want to have 60% of their money tied up in 3 different players.
Done it before.
Cleveland's interested. The Jets are interested.
He's not going to Cleveland if he's not staying in Detroit. I'll tell you that right
Here's
now.
the thing. A big market would love to get Sue.
Yes.
A perfect example would be the Jets, because even besides the fact they fired Rex Ryan, I think Sue would be a perfect influence as a Jet. But it wouldn't surprise me he resigns with the Lions. If he goes within the NFC North, that's a problem.
There's a lot of questions that have to be asked, though, still. What kind of team, what kind of defense is it going to be next year? And we don't even know who's going to be the defensive coordinator next year.
That was our next big piece, possibly gone. Part of me says he'll be the defensive coordinator with the Lions one more year.
Terrell Austin?
Part of me is thinking that. This was his first D coordinator job.
Right.
He was a position coach before that. I don't see him making the jump in 1 year's time from, cornerback coach or secondary coach to head
Unless
coach.
there's a team that absolutely has to have him, I think you're right, Ian. But at the same time, I think the Lions know that there's going to be a point soon where he's going to take a head coaching job.
Oh, yeah, as he should.
And there's a lot of attractive jobs out there, though. I mean, a lot of probably big names want to go for that San Francisco job,
It's a big one.
which is a job that I believe Terrell Austin's going to be interviewing for later this week.
Falcons and Niners.
49ers.
Atlanta's a hot job, too. You know what I mean, Matt?
So
Ryan?
it's one of those things where, we don't know what's going to happen with Terrell Austin next year, too. So
Yep.
if that is the case where proverbially he leaves, where's your defense now? Who do you bring in? What kind of scheme do you run? Does Sue fit that scheme? Does Fairley fit that scheme? There's so many questions that happen with Terrell Austin. I think that's almost the bigger question than it is with Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah. Real quick before we put the defense to bed here, I think Sue's going to Dallas to add insult to injury.
Ooh.
Call me crazy.
I think Sue is either going to re-sign with the Lions or be a Jet.
I can see him in New York or Dallas.
Ant, what's your thoughts? He's stumped.
The thoughtful gaze into the abyss. Ant?
Denver.
Denver!
Or staying with the Lions. Denver?
All right.
Peyton Manning.
If he doesn't,
I don't know if Peyton Manning will be there
New
next
England. What?
year. No.
if he doesn't stay with the Lions, he's going to go out west somewhere.
Think so?
I think so.
Okay.
That
Oh,
NFC West is a very black and blue division as well.
Yeah. True that.
It's a very competitive division.
He ain't gonna be a Ram.
All
He
right.
could be a Ram because close to Nebraska.
Yeah, whatever. We'll see. It'll play out in a couple weeks, a couple months. Anything else on the Lions? Anything else burning in your heart that you got to say about
No.
this Lions team, about 2014?
No.
Listen, on 2015,
Yes.
I think the Lions have some leadership now. They don't have fake leadership either. It's not like, oh, here's this guy who's, from up north Michigan. It's not that kind of crap anymore. It's you got Golden Tate, you got a guy like Ahedebo, you got Caldwell. You got these guys that have championship pedigree. And I think they got lionized yesterday. And I don't think they want to be lionized anymore.
Nope.
I think they want to write their own new chapter.
Well, and there's looking at where this team's going to be at and going into the draft. Realistically, there isn't many pieces that I think they're going to have to address.
Offensive line, they
I
got to clean
I
up.
think both lines.
Offensive line.
Both, yeah. Well, offensive and defensive line, you want depth, and I think they would probably still want to have somebody else on the opposite side of where maybe where like Palmer is or Whitehead. I think they might want to add another premier guy to the mix there because I think obviously they like Tulloch and Levy as we all do, if you will. And I watch the games as well, and I see that. But I think they're going to try and go for either in the draft, probably a shutdown corner, even in free agency, shutdown corner, big linebacker who can do a lot of different things, or dare I even say it, I think they might go with another running back.
They probably will. They probably should. They probably should draft a running back late,
Right.
as every team
Right.
should draft
Well,
late.
and this all depends on the health of Reggie Bush. We don't know what's going to happen
Reggie
with
Bush
Reggie.
is done.
Right.
He's done.
Right. Well, because you got Theo Riddick now and everything. So,
I think the trenches are most important for this team. Both lines. Both lines need some depth, some premier players. All right. We got to talk about some other things, including your boy Jim Harbaugh.
He's not my boy.
He's your boy.
He's not my boy.
Go blue, right?
No, I hate Michigan.
What?
I hate Michigan.
Say what? You're not hopping on the bandwagon?
Hail
No, I
to
hate
the
Michigan.
victors, valiant.
He ain't gonna turn that program around.
He's
Please
what?
explain.
Did you say he's not?
No.
Why not?
It took Harbaugh 2 years to turn around that program at Stanford.
Yeah, they're Stanford.
Yeah, Stanford.
Stanford sucks.
Stanford beat USC in 2007. That's what got their credibility up.
Was Harbaugh there in 07?
No, I don't
He's in
think so.
San Diego still?
I think so.
Well, every dog has its day. But still, Stanford is not the program U of M is.
He's gonna struggle.
He's not going to
There's too many people.
You watch. You watch. You watch. He's going to win 10 games next year.
He ain't gonna win 10 games.
I think he's going to rock and roll at that position.
We'll see. Got some talent back on defense next year. Depends on who he puts in the right place. Could probably be a 9-win team.
Yeah, I think so.
10-win team.
I think so. And, sticking with the Big Ten, Urban Meyer dismantled Nick Saban
Yep.
on national television on
Yep.
a national holiday. Nick Saban, or Urban Meyer is,
He's a, you know what?
he's scary.
He's a monster.
Yeah.
He's like a three-headed monster. He's like that three-headed dog in Harry Potter. Can't stop him.
Right.
Can't stop him at all. I mean, he's the best coach in the Big Ten, probably the second best coach in the country behind Nick Saban. I'd go that far.
Spartans victory. Cotton Bowl, what do we thought? What do we think?
We gotta go to break.
We got to go to a break?
Yep.
Oh, all right. Well, when we come back, we're going to touch on the Cotton Bowl, touch on the Pistons.
And call out.
Let's do call
And do
out.
some
I need to
calls.
call out. I need to just call out. All right, well, I'm Between Taorminas on ONTV. Hello, Lake Orion. It's Anthony Taormina, co-host of Between Taorminas. I want to let you know of a new show called History Now. In it, we're going to talk about global, national, and political events that occur in our lifetime. We're going to also have guests and also have co-hosts as well, and also plenty of surprises. Catch us on History Now here on ONTV. Hello, Lake Orion and Oakland County. This is Sammy Taormina here, talking a new show here called OA Now. We're going to talk about sports from football to basketball to volleyball to track and field to soccer, cross country, etc. here on OA Now on ON TV. Smith sucks.
What?
No, Josh Smith sucks.
What?
Yeah!
No.
Yeah, Josh Smith.
No, he's pretty good.
Yeah, this is why Pistons cut him.
He's a good team player.
He sucks.
What's Pistons' record since they cut their highest paid player?
5-0.
5-0. Okay, just checking. All right, real quick. Thoughts on the Cotton Bowl, Ant? Let me hear it. What'd you think? I mean, listen now. Michigan State is a legit national program. And I think
I've said this before. Michigan State is the class of the Big Ten in football. I'm saying that over Ohio State. I'm saying it over Michigan.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I'm not Michigan State right now is proving that they're the class of the Big Ten. Ohio State is not there yet. Michigan State. Well, I'm going to tell you why. Michigan State has been consistently doing this, where they've fallen behind, they've come back. And they've not only come back, they've won the game. In a game that they're not supposed to win. Michigan State, I would say, in my opinion, is the class of the Big Ten. No offense to Ohio State, no offense to Michigan. No offense to Wisconsin.
there's no question.
I've said it since Michigan State's the class of the Big Ten. Robert Aiello is going to be one happy camper.
Michigan State is 4-0 in bowl games, yes. But here's the thing. You got to give credit to where credit's due. Michigan State came back from a 20-point deficit to knock out Baylor.
In the fourth quarter.
In the fourth quarter. I still think they get rid of those jerseys. Those plain whites are god-awful. But then again. But you got to give props to Mark D'Antonio. I'm curious to see how his recruiting class goes. You know what I mean?
It's still going to be strong.
Still going to be strong. But,
Connor Cook will be back, probably.
Connor Cook will be back. Got question at running back. And then question's going to be his defense, especially now with Narduzzi gone at Pitt. Then Trey Wayne's entering the draft. So it's going to be an interesting situation over there in East Lansing.
Hey, it doesn't matter the stars by a guy's name. It's how you coach them.
They've won four straight bowl games.
And how many 11-win seasons do they have in the past 5 years?
They've had 3.
Was it 4?
4.
Yeah. So, okay.
D'Antonio has come in there. He's changed the culture at MSU forever.
Ever since 07.
You look at what he did against a Baylor team that was trying to be hot shots and that tried to play Michigan State off like they were a pawn. And they dropped the ball. I think it's because of State's leadership and because they're led by D'Antonio is the reason why they won. And they are always going to be under good leadership as long as they have Connor Cook and Jeremy Langford.
Langford's gone.
Is Langford gone?
Yeah, he's gone.
Well, with Connor Cook under center.
Yeah. Got one more year at Connor Cook.
I think Michigan State's going to be solid next year. You look at the Big Ten East, I think it's going to be the new SEC West next year. Big Ten East.
Be some great matchups.
Oh, yeah.
Great after game handshakes, I'll tell you that much.
Unless you're Florida State, who's classless.
It'll be fun to see those Duckies coming into East Lansing next year, too.
Could be national champions.
Maybe.
How about this to cap off Michigan State topic? Who are Michigan State's only 2 losses this year?
Then the national championship.
Quack, quack.
Game.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. Pistons, real quick. Yes. Josh Smith's gone. Praise Jesus. Thanks, Joe Dumars, for that one. Why are they 5-0, though?
Because
aside from Smith being
they
gone,
played
what are
team
they doing?
basketball. Monroe's back in the starting lineup. He's dominating. Drummond's dominating. Jennings is starting to play better. But Jody Meeks coming into that system really helps his team out.
And there's not...
The Pistons are playing loose right now. Yeah. You look at if they're playing very, very loose right now. They don't care about the standings right now. They're just out there having fun. And I mean, when you have a team that's playing loose, a team that's having fun, you're gonna win games. I mean, and you're seeing it right now, and you're seeing 20-point games against teams they're not supposed to beat. That's pretty impressive.
The fact that Josh Smith's not there, taking up 20, 25 shots, you know what I mean? Yep. There's way better floor spacing.
And the fact now is that, you have guys out there who can spread the ball on the floor. I think Brandon Jennings just wanted to run loose. Give the ball to Jody Meeks. Give the ball down low to Greg Monroe. Brandon Jennings has been able to do what he's wanted to do because those shots that were going to Josh Smith are now going to him.
Yep.
And this team's starting to find its vibe right now. This is starting to be Stan Van Gundy basketball. And, we're starting to see this happen. I'm not saying after 5 games this team's going to make the playoffs, but
Which they will.
They will
but
not.
anyways.
No, they won't.
How many
East is
games out are they
terrible.
right now? And
They're
it's
3.5
January.
back. 3.5 back.
yeah, they're 3.5 back, and they're 13 games under 500, and it's unbelievable.
That's terrible.
The East is just a gong show. It is.
Yeah, you can coach in that league and still make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Ant, who are you calling out? Time to do it.
I talk about this all the time. As you go into playing, as you go into these in the NFL playoffs, or if you go into college basketball or hockey or anything in particular, it's very, very important to maintain who you are. My actual personal message is to a young man a Lake Orion alum, playing for the Dallas Cowboys, Jeff Heath. Why? Look, it's very, very challenging to get into you're in a very good spot right now, competing in the NFC playoffs, but it's also very, very easy to lose sight of who you are and to lose sight of the people who helped you get there. Jeff, my advice, and I posted this last night on Facebook, it is very, very simple. Keep to who you are. Stay who you are. Don't abandon those who helped you get there. I'm talking about not from a sports perspective. I'm talking about a life perspective. Jeff, I know that you can listen. That you're listening. Sometime, whether you're watching the show or not, I'm asking you, stay who you are.
I feel bad for Sage right now. I do.
Any reason why, Sam?
Because Pete Morelli screwed the Detroit Lions.
Well, the Lions have been screwing themselves since 1957.
Hey,
so-
everybody!
My dad was a young lad in diapers the last time the Lions won a championship. Also been 9 years old since the Leafs won Stanley Cup. Also, would like to call.
You got to call out? Go ahead.
No, I don't know.
You gotta call him?
Do I want to call him out though? That's the thing. There's a certain radio station in town that has a beef with me, I guess, on Twitter.
Camera's
And
right there. You
I
got
guess
2 minutes.
I guess they have
Well,
a
you
beef
got
with
1
me
minute.
on Twitter, and they attacked my character, and they attacked my radio career and my education at Oakland, which we are all. You are former Golden Grizzlies. I have 1 semester left.
We're alums.
Do I say the name of the station if I want?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm very upset and disappointed with the people at Greater Media Detroit and Detroit Sports 105.1. And I'm hoping that I hear back from you guys soon. And I want to understand why you guys attacked me on social media last night. I didn't bring it to myself. You brought it to yourself because you want an explanation now about this whole dang referee thing. And you thought doing the vice president of officiating, sending him a message on Twitter would get you there.
No, doesn't.
No, it doesn't. Why? Detroit Sports 105.1. Why?
Because their ratings are bad.
Yeah, and they have the Pistons contract.
That's true, too. Mike Flanny threw that one in the garbage for 97-1. Sam, any final words?
Nope.
Nothing?
Yep, Stars are rolling right now.
Stars are rolling? Will they win 1 game already?
No, they won 8 of 9.
Huh?
They won 8 of 9.
You got 8 wins?
At least the Wings are in the playoff spot right now, you know? They're playing
Shut
good.
it.
Yeah.
Go Wings, go Pistons. The Wings are on a long road trip now out west.
Yep.
Probably a lot warmer than it is here.
This
In Edmonton?
concludes
I don't
show
know.
161, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great night, Lake Orion.